Good evening. My name is Jennifer Mataney, and today we'll be talking about business ethics. Business ethics are a set of moral rules that govern how businesses operate and how business decisions are made. The way that a company decides to operate business can create a positive or negative image and can affect their employees, stockholders, and customers. So today we'll talk about when companies are not acting ethically. We'll talk about 8 principles that are a solid piece of any type of code of conduct, and how to create one if your company doesn't have one in place. So we don't often hear about when companies operate ethically, but we do hear when they don't. So let's take, for instance, companies like Enron and Wells Fargo. Enron is an energy trading company that collapsed after a massive accounting fraud scheme was revealed. They filed for bankruptcy after executives pocketed millions from off-the-book partnerships and reported inflated profits to shareholders. Lower-level employees were even encouraged to invest in company stock, while key figures sold their stock shortly before the company announced a sharp downturn in earnings. The workers later filed a class action lawsuit and won an estimated $85 million settlement. A separate lawsuit was filed by shareholders and investors for another $7.2 billion that would be paid out by a group of banks that were accused of participating in the accounting scheme. And ex-Enron CEO Jeff Skillings was charged with 36 charges of fraud and insider trading. Then Wells Fargo in 2006 was in the news for creating fake customer accounts without customer knowledge. And this was done strictly to meet demanding sales goals placed by leadership. Later on in that year, Wells Fargo was accused again of illegally repossessing service members' cars and agreed to pay an additional $24 million to settle those charges. Wells Fargo is still trying to recover from this negative press. But on the flip side, companies like Texas Instruments, Aflac, Wyndham, and Hasbro have been identified as being one of the most ethical companies in the US. Hasbro also includes their corporate social responsibility on their website and includes high standards regarding wages, benefits, health, safety, discrimination, and environmental impact. So just over the last couple of decades, business ethics has really improved our society. So children are no longer forced into the workplace. Employees are no longer terminated based off of their personalities alone. And influence is no longer implied through intimidation. During change, there was often no moral compass to follow without a business ethics plan or code of conduct. So when employees see their leadership following a code of ethics, they're more likely to report misconduct and can prevent a company from being fined and struggle to rebuild their reputation. If your character is defined by your actions, it's important your actions are ethical. I've noted 8 principles to follow, including honesty, integrity, accountability, fairness, respect for others, law-abiding, commitment to excellence, and leadership. Honesty and integrity are the foundation to good business ethics. Ethical people are truthful and do not deliberately mislead or deceive. Leaders learn the trust of others through personal integrity by demonstrating consistency between thoughts, words, and actions. These people are often referred to as walking the walk, so their words match their actions. They fight for what they believe in, and they don't sacrifice principle for expediency. Good leaders are accountable for their decisions, bad or good, and take ownership of mistakes. They strive to be fair and don't exercise power arbitrarily. They don't use overreaching or indecent means to gain advantages, and they believe in the equal treatment and acceptance of diversity and open-mindedness. They're law-abiding, so they follow rules, laws, and regulations related to business activity. And they hold a commitment to excellence and strive to increase their proficiency while holding others to that same expectation through continued learning. Finally, they possess leadership. and seek to be a positive ethical role model by their own conduct while creating an environment that promotes ethical decision-making. It's important to have a code of ethics that leaders and employees can refer to when making decisions. If you're looking to create a code, you'll want to start by focusing your business practices on your specific issues. If your company works with sensitive customer information, your code of ethics might want to include practices around using public Wi-Fi or emailing sensitive information to avoid breaches. You want to tailor it to fit your business. What might be important for a doctor's office wouldn't necessarily be important for somebody working on an assembly line. Make sure to include your employees in developing the code of conduct or code of ethics, as they can likely give you some awareness to potential risks and give important insight to different business areas. Train your people to be ethical. Don't create a code and expect they'll go look for it. Make training or review of the code a yearly process and have employees sign that they understand. Post your code of ethics internally and set up a reporting system, as well as appoint a compliance person. And make it easy for team members to find and provide them a way to report unethical actions without fear of retaliation or intimidation. If someone does not, or if somebody does report a violation, act right away to investigate the issue. Finally, everyone in the company must follow the code, from the CEO to the lowest level employee. Team members will look to their leaders, so their actions must match the message every single day. Even with a thorough code of ethics, continued review of policies and proper training is necessary. It's possible for employees to still make unethical decisions, and because of this, it's important to outline consequences, which can range from policy review to termination. By taking time to create and implement a clear and concise code of ethics, you and your company have done the first step to ensure team members have a resource to identify unethical actions and decisions and provide them a resource to report them in a safe environment. When members of all levels follow the code, they create a reputation that prevents legal issues, fines, negative press, and build customer and stakeholder trust. Thank you. Have a wonderful day.